What's up, everybody? It's your boy Woodum up in here. Woodum Reacts is up in here. Today's video, I got another request due to the following. Appreciate that. I really appreciate that. But he sent the request, so we're gonna do what he top 10 worst video games of 2017. This is a request that you showed me that you want me to react to, and I'm gonna react to it. There has been a lot of terrible games. So many that I don't even feel like naming them. But let's see what these guys have to say, because most of the times they're about right with the top 10 most of the times. But we're gonna get into this and see what's all the top 10 worst games of this year. Let's go.
You'll be remembering these for all the wrong reasons. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 worst games of 2017. Before we begin, we publish new videos every day, so be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we'll be focusing on the 2017 releases that were widely regarded as the absolute worst of the worst, ones that you wouldn't want to play under any circumstances. For the record, we are also creating a list of the top 10 most disappointing games of 2017. So if you're looking for certain mainstream titles with some loot box problems, go check there. Number 10, Perception.
1,000 sketches, 1,000,000 hours of research.
I have never heard of this game before. Never heard of this game before. So I can't really share my opinion.
And finally, I found it.
While playing as Cassie, a blind woman who can see through Daredevil-style echolocation, might sound kinda cool, that cool concept is all about this game has going for it.
What was that?
The atmosphere is ripe for tense moments, but aside from some very brief instances where you don't want to alert the presence, there's rarely any reason to
I saw a mouse. Is it PC? PC gaming? Look, a PC game.
not furiously tap your cane every few feet. Plus, with your cell phone in tow providing another way to navigate your surroundings, being blind really has no purpose. You'll be tediously tapping your cane constantly and getting bored of a gaming experience that's neither fun nor scary.
Have you come to play?
Oh, hell no.
Number 9, Double Dragon 4.
The Renegades answered to their boss, Jake. But what were they after?
Never played it, but I did hear this game was trash. I did hear this game was pretty trash.
Catering to nostalgia is a tried and true recipe for success, but Arc System Works definitely milked fans of the original series for all they're worth with this one. The whole appeal of this genre is moving from left to right, beating up everyone in your path.
Yeah.
But even that becomes tedious as you struggle with some of the worst hit detection in recent memory as you take on the lazy reskinned enemies that populate each stage. Even the level design, which should be straightforward, sucks, with stretches of boring.
He said hard as frick. He must have played this. Whoever's talking must have played this game because he said it really hard. Sucks. He was deep into it.
Actionless movement ripping you right out of the experience. Besides, we already got a 4th Double Dragon game on the SNES, so why does this even exist?
And that one looks a lot better. That looks way better than this one. This looks trash.
Stretches of boring, actionless movement ripping you. Yes, so
Compared to
why
this
does this even exist?
Compared to this one looks way better. This look gorgeous compared to the other one. My opinion.
Number 8, Reservoir Dogs Bloody Days.
That's crazy. I have never played so far these games. I have never played these games before. I don't know anything about this one.
There's no shortage of good top-down 2D shooters, so we're gonna cut right to the chase and recommend that you give this one a hard pass. While rewinding time is kinda cool, I guess, it's completely useless since switching timelines is unpredictable and often has you losing in new, unexpected ways, which completely defeats the purpose of going back at all. Why not just try the level over again? Anyway, our recommendation is just watch the movie.
Strap me on the sidewalk. I'll take care of myself.
Number 7, Dying Reborn.
Where am I? Who are you?
We're always on the lookout for great new VR games.
I have never played this game before. Dang, that's crazy. There has to be at least one game. It has to be one game. I have never played. I never heard, never played, nothing. Nothing.
But this is definitely not one of them. It's a horror game that really isn't scary, which is probably all that needs to be said. But the core gameplay of solving puzzles and progressing from one to the next is also not fun.
My head!
There's very little challenge to solving any of them, and there's no real incentive to force you through since the story is riddled with bad voice acting and a lot of cliches. It's also super short, but I guess that's for the better with this one.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Number 6, Vaccine.
But after finding the vaccine,
While the original Resident Evil was incredibly influential,
I never heard this game before. That, like I said, there has to be one game in here that I heard. I heard the other game before. I knew that game was trash. The old school one-way arcade game. I knew that game was trash from the start. But so far, I have never heard these games before.
on future horror games, this title tries to copy it in all the wrong ways. Giving gamers just 30 minutes to explore the randomly generated mansion, the game encourages multiple run-throughs but is so unsatisfying that you won't want to come back at all. The main challenge here should be conserving your ammo and keeping yourself alive, but it's actually all about mastering some really clumsy controls. We see what they were going for with the look, but the graphics are also just flat out awful. Unfortunately, they just don't get a pass for being retro. Number 5, Troll and I. While we appreciate smaller developers attempting to match the scale of AAA games, Spiral House's adventure fell way short of the Uncharted.
I've seen this game before. Yeah, I've seen this game before. I didn't know it was bad. I still see to this day people still play it. I know a couple people play this game. Okay. Yeah, this kind of got me shocked. I didn't know this was a bad game because I know a couple friends that played this game. That's kind of crazy.
Meets The Last Guardian blend it definitely wanted to be. With frame rate drops all over the place. The abysmal performance is probably the first thing that you'll notice, but the terrible voice acting and mind-numbingly stupid AI are not far behind. It's a shame that this will probably discourage more indie developers from trying their hand at 3D environments, because there was probably a great concept in here somewhere. It's just kinda hidden under all the game-breaking glitches.
Father used to tell me the troll stories were myth, but he was wrong.
Number 4, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Mega Battle.
All right, let's get it together.
Yeah, this title arrived.
They made a Power Rangers game? Why? Okay. I had nothing to say. Why is don't tell me the reason why they made a Power Rangers game because of the movie Power Rangers that came out not too long ago. Don't tell me that's the reason why they made a Power Rangers game. Because of the movie that just came out not too long ago? I have nothing to say about this one.
Probably 20 years too late, but fans were still pretty excited about taking on the role of their favorite ranger and then going to town on some bad guys. Unfortunately, what should be fast, fluid combat actually gets boring really, really fast, since the enemies seem intent on wandering randomly throughout the stage instead of attacking you. Even the boss fights are mediocre at best, since you'll spend way too much time dodging attacks and waiting for their patterns to finish so you can actually start dealing some damage. Oh, and the Megazord fights, they're quick time events. That's pretty insulting, right? Number 3, Drive Girls. Creativity has given...
Never heard of this game. Never heard of it. And I don't know what that is. I never heard of this game in my life. Let's continue.
Some great unexpected titles over the years, but sometimes it goes a little bit off the rails and you end up with a mess. Featuring a wide cast of playable girls who, yes, turn into cars.
It looks bad. What? Girls turn... Anime females turn to cars? That sounds bad. That sounds trash. Ugh.
The focus of the game is on adrenaline-pumping vehicular combat, or it would be if controlling the cars was actually fun. With very limited attack options and awful handling, you'll struggle to hit anything for the entirety of the game's 5-hour campaign, and spend that entire time wishing it was just called Girls so you could avoid the badly implemented car mechanics altogether. Number 2, Vroom in the Night Sky. No, this game's title doesn't exactly inspire confidence or even make...
Never heard this game. I haven't heard of none of these games. It's really crazy. I have never heard. Well, it's probably I guess that's the reason why it's called the top 10 worst video games, because I have never heard of these games before. One of them, which was the arcade one, I knew that game was gonna be trash from the start, but I have never heard of these games before. Never.
Any sense? But to be fair, nothing else in the game does either. Every piece of text in the game is so horribly translated that it quickly crosses the line from funny to just kinda sad. And you'll be forced to experience it constantly as you guide magical girl Luna to Magical Gate. Toss in the lazy, empty locations that make up the world and the awful controls, and you'll realize just how little effort went into the development of this Switch launch title. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few dishonorable mentions.
It's a long journey, a very special journey.
Number 1, Life of Black Tiger. We struggled to put this one on top of our list because that would actually mean acknowledging it as a game and not just a fever-induced nightmare. Unfortunately, this PS4 port of the Android title actually does exist, and it deserves the top spot beyond any shadow of a doubt. Controlling a black tiger on a quest for vengeance, you experience just about everything this game has to offer in 5 minutes.
Yeah, the game. If I saw a trailer, oh yeah, I never heard of this game either. If I seen a trailer of this, to me, I would probably, most of the games that I seen, I could tell from the start. Only thing you had to show me is a trailer of these games, and I'll probably throw my phone in the recycle bin. These games look terrible. Like I said, they Watch Mojo. They do no wrong, because these are some terrible games. A female turns into a car. An anime female. An anime chick turns into a car. Yeah. Okay.
You run, kill, eat, run, kill, eat some more, all while taking in probably the worst graphics of this generation of consoles. The game feels and looks cheap and is so unfinished we wouldn't pay any amount of money for it, let alone the $10 they're asking for.
Yeah, this is a PS4. This is a PS4 game. Looks like a PlayStation 2 at its finest. This is a PlayStation 4 game. This must have been a joke. You said $10? That's too expensive for that. That's too expensive for that. That's $10? Jesus Christ.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from Watch Mojo and subscribe for new videos every day.
Yeah, that was bad. That was real bad. Yeah, I'm pretty shocked. That was pretty bad. That was really bad. Yeah. I had nothing to say. The only game that I knew from that list was the what was it? The cartoon. I forgot what it was. The fighting game. The cartoons. The one-way game. Yeah, that's the only one I knew. And I knew that game was trash from the start. Anytime they try to do remakes, most of the time when they do remakes on games, most of the time it's bad. Most of the time it's bad. But I appreciate that. That was pretty good. Hold on, let me see that comment real quick. Hold on, let me see that quick comment. That was bad. There. Oh, I didn't send it. There you go. Alright. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Send me some more. Send me some more requests. That was bad. In a good way, that was bad. Like, comment, subscribe. Your boy Woodum is out. Peace.